So we're in the Meatpacking district. I used to live 3 blocks from here for 10 years and I never came up here. This is so not my scene. We're at a restaurant called TAO, T-A-O. There's one up on 58th Street, one here, one in Vegas. The one in Vegas is the highest grossing restaurant in America, $70 million. Well, what's the story? There's a good one. The chef that runs all the food for all these restaurants is Ralph Scamardella, New York veteran, been around forever. Brooklyn born, lives in Staten Island, has been working in New York since the 70s, 80s. Ralph does the food, and you know what? The food at this place, and all these places, is actually pretty darn good considering on a Saturday night they'll do 1,200 covers here with parties and other stuff going on. So we're gonna spend the day with Ralph and his crew and see how they pull off this magic. Quality and volume at the same time. It's kind of like a party with a restaurant attached. Stay tuned.
I'm Mike Colameco, industry insider. Been in the business my whole life, and I know what it takes to succeed. Each week we'll take you into real kitchens, filmed in real time. Backstage passes to a day in the life of chefs, restaurateurs, and their teams. The competition's fierce. Careers, life savings, and reputations hang in the balance. These are my people, and this is their passion. And that's what's next on Mike Colameco's Real Food.
Mike Colameco's Real Food is brought to you by the continuous, generous support of the following underwriters.
Extra virgin olive oil from Colavita, an Italian family brand.
Rachel Ray's signature specialty food line, designed for preparing meals at home.
Lou's Naturals family of brands offers all-natural, minimally processed meats, free of antibiotics, hormones, and nitrates. From our family to yours.
Imported from Italy, Anapasta is made from 100% Italian durum wheat semolina and pure spring water, slowly dried to cook al dente. Recipes online at cento.com.
One of the great rhetorical questions in the restaurant business is, can quality and volume coexist? And the short answer is no, they can't. That said, with the hands of pros running kitchens,
2 beef and broccoli?
It's really amazing what restaurants can do with numbers these days. Nobody knows this better than the management at TAO. They've got the busiest restaurants in the country. Ralph Scamardella is the chef. He's a New York pro. How he does food this good in these numbers, I have no idea, but we're going to spend the day finding out.
Chinese spare ribs? Satay sea bass? Veggie dim sum platter?
You're chef partner, but you're also the corporate executive chef, for want of a better term, overseeing all of the properties. So that's Vegas, Uptown.
Three properties we have in Las Vegas, the 4 properties we have in New York, and the Dream Hotel. They're all big box restaurants. We do anywhere between $25 and $35 million a store.
That's more gross revenue than a lot of small countries.
They don't go to the meat.
All right, so could do some kitchen demos. You got a whole wok station here and a bunch of, I mean, these guys, these are Chinese guys.
All Chinese wok shit.
What's the first thing we're going to see off the wok?
One of the things we're going to do is one of our signature dishes, which is a traditional Hong Kong noodle. We cook the noodle a little bit in the wok, rehydrate it.
Right, rehydrate. So got a little bit of water in there. Noodles are going to cook real fast.
That's the beauty of the wok. Not only the speed, but the metal is so thin, it gives you that burning kind of smoky flavor.
I love that taste. Like, to me, that's a judgment of, like, I get good lo mein, should taste like the wok.
And it's a super al dente noodle. We use only peanut oil from China. So when you use the real peanut oil, it makes such a big difference in the flavor. It's like using great olive oil.
What's that now? The mystery sauce?
Egg.
Egg, okay.
So do a little egg in it. It's the cabbage, red pepper,
Shiitake mushroom.
shiitake mushroom, oak woods.
One of your house-made sauces.
Correct. And we add shiitake, the pork back inside, the noodles. And so it's the wok soy sauce. It's a thick, a dark soy, a mushroom soy, salt, pepper. You let it sit in the wok just a minute to get that wok flavor.
I love that, man.
That's the pea shoots and the garlic chive.
It's a big plate of food. This is nasty good.
We have 11 guys on the wok, 15 guys on the line, and 5 guys in a gourmet producing all of it. And you say, how can they do it? Because we tend to run it like 100 small kitchens, 100 small restaurants, and one big restaurant.
I've been doing for a lot of small restaurant and big corporation, big catering company, tiny 120 seats, like very fine dining. Actually, this place is, to me, unique. And also this kind of capacity. That's a challenge.
Spiny lobster. When you go to a Chinese restaurant in Chinatown, you'll see a live crab, or you'll see a live fish. And we wanted to do that experience here, give it to the people who would never expect it here in this situation.
All right, so we got a bottom feeder, got a flounder there. What's that going to be,
fresh
Ralph?
flounder. Well, we'll serve it any way anybody wants. We've done it like 2 ways, where we butcher it and steam the bottom half and take the top half, and we'll do it sashimi style. So they get fluked 2 ways.
Talk to me about those crabs on the
Alaska
top.
king crabs.
Live
From Alaska. They're about 3-4 pounds each. On the smaller side, they're just the beginning of the limit. We'll do them steamed. We'll do them with the garlic sauce, the traditional crystal sauce.
How much you sell those suckers for?
Between $500-600 a piece. Live. How many places can you go and get really a live crab experience?
That's crazy.
What he and his chefs put out every day, every night in all of our restaurants, it's staggering.
We have 600 tonight, so.
How do you do fine dining when you're looking at 1,100 covers on a Saturday night? And yet, that's what these pros do. That's what Ralph's doing in the kitchen.
Absolutely. He has to be really organized, and the passion really flows through him to the people in the kitchen, and that really helps.
We do lobsters. We have it in a couple different dishes. We cook it for the tempura sushi roll. We cook it for the lobster fried rice that we do. And we have a seafood hot pot that we blanch the lobster for.
That's classic old course bouillon, French style.
French style court bouillon, and we put a little bit of kombu inside to give it an Asian flavor, and it'll just bolster up the flavor. We got a direct connection for all our lobsters in Maine, so I would say if we took all the locations, we probably in New York, we probably use anywhere from 1,800 to 2,000 lobsters a week.
So into ice water, stop the cooking.
So she'll take it for the different ways that we use it. Some for the meat, some for the seafood hot pot, some for the lobster pad thai. The heads are a lot of flavor, so
Yeah,
we'll crush them up. We'll make a lobster stock out of it, a lobster butter.
Sweet too. Sweet and salty.
A little peanut oil.
No splashing.
A little bit.
What's the name of this dish again? Sizzling.
Sizzling hot pots. We have the egg tofu.
Egg tofu.
So it's tofu made with the egg inside, so it's a little bit richer. Garlic. That's tobanjan. It's a pepper paste with hot chilies, shrimp paste, a little bit of tomato inside.
It's familiar. Red pepper, scallion, shiitake.
So a little wine.
Wine,
a little
okay.
Chinese wine.
What do they make that wine from? It's not grapes.
Rice.
Rice, fermented, okay.
No. The white pepper. A little bit of sugar. Hoisin sauce.
Hoisin sauce.
This is cooked longer. It's a little bit heavier.
More concentrated.
Yeah. Not nearly as salty. Just a little bit of peanut oil to season it up. Then we put it in a sizzling pot.
Good that you just put on it.
Little Thai basil, and then
Seafood hot pot.
all the different flavors, the wine and the different pepper, the white pepper and the red pepper. Taste the fermented bean in it a little bit, the fermented fish paste in it.
And Thai basil.
Thai basil.
I'm just gonna have some of this sauce. And this is this. Tell me about this thing. This is this egg tofu creation.
Egg tofu. So it's nice and light. It's got a little bit of eggy flavor to it. But
It's like custard.
yeah,
That's really,
almost like a royale.
really good. Insanely good.
It's Asian, it's Chinese, Japanese, Thai. It's one-stop shop.
So it's like Asian international.
Yes.
I mean, when I looked at the menu, which is huge,
Yes.
you've got
sushi sashimi. You've got grilled Japanese. You've got dim sum, like
Yes.
as if you were Chinese dim sum.
Yes.
Wok items.
Right.
New York style seafood platters.
Yes.
So it's this kind of mashup of Asia meets New York
Yes.
downtown.
I'm not gonna say Japanese is best, Chinese is best. It's nothing like this here. The shark skin, the real wasabi. We try to match as I can best ingredients, best simple thinking and presentation.
This is another dish, Shanghai rice. It's basically pork, shrimp, pine nuts, rice, but instead of putting the egg inside, we make a crepe. After the rice is cooked, fold it into the crepe and just present it that way. It's a pretty cool presentation. It's,
Mash it up, you're gonna get the egg in there anyway.
yeah.
Talk about your background.
I went to New York City Technical College.
Which
Back
is-
then it was
thank
New York
you.
City Community College.
Right, blue collar, old school.
Working school, you know, back then it was $345 a semester. It was the only thing I could afford.
Yes.
I was working in restaurants and catering halls as a kid and really liked it, got into it. And so when I graduated high school, I got a job working at the Plaza Hotel. And
What a kitchen too, that
what a
huge
kitchen. It was
kitchen.
the entire city block, it
Yep.
was crazy, man.
And then after that, fine dining, you were at La Cine, where were you?
I was at La Cine, small kitchen. Johnny Piquet was the chef, and he was like the monster totalitarian French guy, where everybody had a station, everybody worked, everybody did what they were
Right, that's how we all
for.
came up. But that's a classic way to learn how to organize kitchens.
And I think it's the best way. I think that for all the free form that goes on now, if you really learn, like any art, if you learn all the basics, you can build anything.
These are all house-made sauces.
Everything we make in-house. We don't
And you
buy
can buy all this stuff.
You can't buy
Chinese,
most of it
canned,
pre-made,
jarred, right.
especially with Japanese and Chinese market. They pre-make a lot of stuff.
Right.
We make everything from authentic Asian bases, so they're more consistent. When the guys on a wok pick them up, the base is made.
All these Cambros, everything's labeled, everything's dated. I mean, just walk me through. What am
The
I
nasi
looking
goreng. This is actually the sauce that we use for the black bass.
at? And that's made in-house.
Correct.
This is Kobe beef.
Yeah, it's American. It's American Imperial, American Wagyu A5. It's the highest grade you can get in America.
What do these boys go for?
We charge 100, costs us $39 a pound.
Insane.
It's American Wagyu ribeye. We get it broken down off the bone, and we do it teppanyaki style. Season it with salt, pepper, serve it with a number of different sauces, very thin slice. I mean, the beauty of that cut is that you eat a little bit, it's got a lot of flavor, a lot of fat.
Yeah,
you don't eat big, thick.
Can't. It's like almost like eating foie gras.
And this American producer is bred with Angus, so it eats a little bit firmer and a little bit tighter.
Yeah, look at the marble on that. That's beautiful. How are we cooking this bad boy in a plancha?
A lot of salt, a lot of pepper. On a plancha, like they would in Japan, like teppanyaki, just steel plate. Kind of smoky. I mean, I like it just over rare, not rare completely. If you've ever been to Tokyo, the meat, when they serve the beef, and it's so fatty and so rich, you always get like a 2-ounce portion or a 4-ounce portion. It's never more than that because it is so rich. Really savor the flavor and the prize of having such a fatty, rich piece of meat. Nice and rare. Seared on the outside, a little bit rare. And we leave the fattiness on it. When you have Wagyu, the fat is really
That's
prized.
delicious. That's the Japanese togarashi.
A little togarashi,
A little bit of sea salt.
mixed with a little bit of ground lime skins.
Chef, without any further
Thank God
ado,
there's more food to eat, right?
thank God there's more
Thank
food. I mean,
God.
this is only,
Thank
you know,
God.
there was a big pile of noodles, and there was the...
Me, I'm a spicy guy, so I like this.
I just want to
Maybe.
taste the beef. How was it? Talk to me.
It's actually pretty good, man. So it's got, because it's crossbred with Angus, it's got a little bit of a chew to it. It's not that meltiness, but it's really rich. Got the nice smokiness from the teppanyaki. That's a great eating piece of meat, man.
When we opened up TAO downtown, he traveled all through Asia, came back with recipes and was in the kitchen himself, you know, concocting recipes and letting us taste and finding great people to bring back with him.
I went to Tokyo, Hong Kong, Singapore, Kuala Lumpur, and Shanghai on the last trip.
Just eat.
Eat.
To get ideas.
Get ideas, dishes. We found a group of guys in Shanghai. We brought back one of the wok chefs from Shanghai, and he brought a barbecue guy with him, and he brought a dim sum guy with him
From Shanghai.
from Shanghai.
And that's part of the program.
Part of the crew inside, yeah.
Dim sum, what are you doing here?
We're doing shrimp hargao. So we make the hargao dough to order. Chef Ken here, he rolls it out, and it's very traditional with the back of a Chinese cleaver on a wooden board. So he cuts it little by little. It's amazing how he knows just how to pull enough and make it and roll it out smooth.
What's the filling?
Filling is shrimp, Chinese celery, salt, pepper, a little bit of sugar, and that's it. So in Chinese cooking, though, the dim sum chef is the dim sum chef. Rarely would he be the wok chef, or rarely would he be any other chef, because it takes him his lifetime to learn all of these mixes, learn the doughs, learn the different techniques of folding, and to do it. We don't do anything by machine.
And this guy came in from Shanghai.
From
It's part of
Shanghai.
your trip. You kidnapped
Part of my
him.
trip. It's one item that just doesn't hold well if you don't make it every day. So we make just enough for what we need for the day, kind of maybe plus 10 orders, and go with it. And we'll feed it to the staff at the end of the night, whatever's left over.
Nice. These are steamed?
These are steamed afterwards, yeah. We're making the shrimp and scallop spring roll. We use a food to brick coating on the outside. It's like a very, very light wonton coating. Shrimp, ground lobster. We mix a little bit of cilantro, salt, pepper, pinch of sugar.
How do they get cooked? Fried?
They get deep fried, yeah.
Fried, crispy, fishy,
Fried,
delicious.
crispy. There's some big famous food hall in Hong Kong where you go and there's 50 restaurants, and there was one guy making this one dish that's on the menu. So as we were walking out, I saw them just cooking. It was kind of an exposed kitchen. I went there. I bought the entire kitchen of beer, and the chef laid out all the ingredients. We took pictures of everything, and he showed us how to make it. It's called snapper in the sand.
So we've got the snapper frame here that's been filleted already.
In cornstarch, deep fried,
The meat's skinless, boneless.
seasoned, marinated a little bit, and then deep fried.
Butter, huh?
A little butter.
Butter, that's interesting.
Hong Kong is a little bit more westernized. Shallots, a little bit of black bean, the Thai chili. Again, you roast it up in the wok, get it that nice real wok flavor.
What's that pile of stuff there, the sand?
That's the garlic.
That's the garlic.
We take the garlic, we peel it, we chop it, we wash it 3 times, we squeeze it, and then we fry it in the peanut oil, and we set it aside. So it gets rid of all the bitterness and all the heat from it. It just has a, believe it or not, a really sweet flavor.
What do you call this on the menu?
Snapper in the sand.
Has to be done. A little dipping sauce in the corner. It's amazing. It's mild. So where was this?
In Hong Kong.
Hong Kong. In a stall
In a stall.
with like 200 vendors. And you guys will love this.
Yeah, it was great.
We're in the upstairs bar with Keith, here in the downtown TAO, where every night they stream in by the 100, and then on the weekends, thousands. So tell me, people that come here, what are they imbibing these days?
Anything they can get their hands on,
I noticed.
first of all. But we sell a really diverse mix of specialty cocktails mixed with wines from the wine list. We do a lot of sake. We sell actually more sake than white wine.
That's amazing.
And
Well, you have a really great sake list. Compliment. I mean,
Thank you.
really, it's good, it's deep, it's...
Thank you.
I was like, whoa. So to do your drinks, you make all your own like stuff, your tinctures and bitters and stuff. So you're gonna mix me what's the drink today, and then you're gonna tell me what's in it, because that was all made in-house.
Sure. We're gonna make today mango chili martini. We do a kind of a spicy margarita. That's mango chili puree, and I use a Blanco Añejo tequila. Ice. We serve this drink in a coupe. We have this golden color. We drop in a cilantro leaf, and we do 3 drops of chili oil, just like that.
Simply made in-house. You know, it's actually good. Seriously.
Sounds so surprised.
No, I'm like, because it's kind of like, it isn't, I drink Negronis for 30 years, so like that's all I drink. So this is like, has nothing to do with any of those flavors.
Yeah, nothing
So this
bitter.
is fruity and tequila, it's not bitter, it's a little on the sweet side, but then it's got that pepper, and I know there isn't any smokiness in that tequila, but almost a little smoke comes off, could be from the chili I'm getting it.
We get that cayenne and cardamom.
I could see a lot of people drinking a lot of these.
It's pretty popular.
Because it goes down smooth.
It goes down smooth, and it's not gender specific. A lot of women drink it, but it's a tequila drink, so a lot of men drink it. Or at least try it, and then they find out that they like it.
I found out I liked it. All right, I'll admit it. I'll admit it. All right, what's next?
Sake can be super versatile. Traditionally, and I think most appropriately goes with sushi, with sashimi. But you have to remember, there's many, many styles of sake. This is from the Desai family. It's called Desai 23. It's a highly labor-intensive process. The raw materials are more expensive, but as a result, you get a texture and an aroma that is
like this perfume coming off that's crazy.
That is unique.
Super smooth,
And
just round and supple, and like great Pinot Noir from Burgundy. How much?
It's $200.
Okay, moving on. Moving on. You guys are doing 99.9% of the desserts are made in-house from scratch.
Totally, we do it 100% actually from the house. We don't outsource anything. It's quite busy, you know.
It's crazy.
It's a running machine.
So tell me about the two desserts you're going to make today.
So today we're gonna make the special of the week, which is a little bit of a, it's a Chinese bavarois. This is raspberry compote.
What do we have here? It's like a Bavarian?
Yes, it's a Bavarian. So we have pistachio, rice, and raspberry. Between the layers is an almond Chinese cake. We make the ice creams in the house, as I say, from scratch.
So you turn those every day
Every
too?
day. You can see the pistachios
I
that
can
toasted.
actually.
We're gonna put some chocolate decor. We make the decor in the house.
You make these sheets in the house?
Yeah.
Damn. Thank you, chef.
We're gonna do our signature dessert, which is the fortune cookie.
You make those fortune cookies here?
We do 100 fortune cookies a day. We fill the fortune cookie with white chocolate mousse and dark chocolate mousse.
That's gonna feed a few people.
Oh, definitely it does. Then a little bit of the dust, powdered sugar. We put some fresh seasonal fruits, and then we choose your fortune.
There's only one way to eat this, I know. We came to the table, you just have to whack the side of it with a spoon.
That's right.
Smash it up and dig in. There's no delicate way about this. Thank you, chef.
Thank you.
Great stuff, brother.
Good
Thank you.
Thank you.
Tuna medium rare.
Tuna, and it's a little bit of a play on cream spinach. So it's chopped choy sum with whipped tofu, and it's a red wine miso yaki. We have 2 Peking duck on order, so.
Tell me about the Peking duck.
We buy the Buddhist duck from a purveyor in Pennsylvania. They're humanely raised and organically raised, and they come to us with the head and the feet on, which is the Buddhist exemption.
Buddhist duck is a name that the government came up with that allows us to sell it with the head and the feet on,
Okay.
as it really was the original way of doing it. So if we go to the history, we talked about the Peking duck coming from China. I'm 3rd generation. We started in Long Island years ago, and then moved to Pennsylvania because Long Island wasn't a great farming area.
What breed of duck is it?
It's all Peking duck.
Oh, Peking duck.
Yeah,
It's a classic American
it's the classic
Long Island
Peking,
breed.
Correct. Originally, my original strain is from Long Island. 1985, we started relatively small, and now we're up to almost 5 million ducks a year.
No way.
Yeah.
We stuff them with a little bit of ginger, shallots, garlic, a little bit of hoisin sauce, some Chinese 5-spice, and then he ties it up. We dip them in the vinegar, which kind of takes the bacteria off the front of it also, gives it a flavor when it dries, and really gives it a crispiness when it cooks. And then we hang them for 24 hours to let the skin dry on the air, blowing air, and then
a fan blowing air
blowing air on it, so it gets the skin to separate from the fat. So when you cook it, the fat really renders out and the skin stays crispy. Of course, what's prized in the Peking duck also is the fat in the skin. So we cut the top off so you get that piece of skin to roll it in the pancake.
You know, that looks good, man.
You can smell the herbs from here, right? So we slice the breast, put it on top, get that piece of top skin, and then we use the
beautiful
homemade
man.
pancakes.
Those are
nice
beautiful.
and light, thin.
Look at that. Look at how thin that is. So you pick one of these up, put it down, little cucumber, little scallion, drizzle a little bit of hoisin, wrap it up, and apply as needed, man. I love Peking duck.
Hot saute, hot half course, 6-1. I always like to be here during service in each restaurant. I always watch service, see service, taste the food.
At the end of the day, that's when the rubber meets the road.
That's it.
We have something for everybody here. You know, early in the evening, it's not crazy loud. After 10 o'clock, it gets loud. So you don't really ever have to leave. That's what we built TAO on.
So chicken basil lettuce wrap, egg on top. Chili, this is a 28-day dry age. That's a beautiful piece of meat, bone-in ribeye.
It's so good because it's true food.
Rock shrimp, battered and deep fried.
Because going to eat tomato is full, people happy. Very simple.
Yeah, that's the way it should be.
Yeah.
We have the scene and we have the atmosphere, but I think that what gives us the longevity is the food, that people come back, come have a very good meal and have a good time and have a good experience and keep coming back. See you later.
TAO, give
Thank
it a try.
you.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
One of these things. Take care.
Mike Colameco's Real Food is brought to you by the continuous, generous support of the following underwriters.
Extra virgin olive oil from Colavita, an Italian family brand.
Rachel Ray's signature specialty food line, designed for preparing meals at home.
Lou's Naturals family of brands offers all-natural, minimally processed meats, free of antibiotics, hormones, and nitrates. From our family to yours.
Imported from Italy, Anapasta is made from 100% Italian durum wheat semolina and pure spring water, slowly dried to cook al dente. Recipes online at cento.com.